Hello foodies, welcome back to my channel. Today's recipe is a healthy veg clear soup which is simple and a hearty soup that has goodness of all the vegetables and is perfect for a cold wintry night. It is loaded with nutrition and is an absolute comfort in a bowl. I recently had this soup in a restaurant and have tried to recreate it in a healthier way for you. Before continuing, let me tell you that this video is split into two parts. In the first, I'll show you meal prepping in advance for your soup, a technique which I have been using for years now, and in the second, we'll actually prepare the soup. So what is meal prepping? Meal prepping is freezing your fresh vegetables. However, Indian audience is still unfamiliar with frozen vegetables and there are numerous myths surrounding them. Many believe and prefer to have fresh vegetables over frozen ones. However, in this video, I would like to clarify that the frozen vegetables are not just healthy and flavorful to use, but saves a lot of time in day-to-day cooking. In the midst of a busy week, this is a fantastic way to maintain homemade meals. It effectively preserves them at the peak of the freshness provided it's done properly. Well, I am going to show you how you can do that. I know what you're thinking. Who needs guidelines for freezing vegetables? Simply place them in the bags and freeze it. Well, not really. Here are the steps you will take to freeze your fresh vegetables.
The most crucial stage is choosing young, ripe, fresh, crisp and tender vegetables. The fresher the vegetables, the more satisfying the end product. I have these veggies handy, so using them in my soup. You can choose yours. I have washed them thoroughly. Now let's prep the veggies into cubes, slices or shredded as per preference. I like it cubed. Before freezing them, we will shock or blanch the veggies. Blanching vegetables is the process of rapid boiling or steam cooking them before freezing to lock in nutrients, texture, color and flavor. Blanching also gives the veggies a thorough cleaning, getting rid of any extra dirt or germs. Understand, directly freezing the veggies without blanching just slows down the degradation and the enzymatic processes are still happening. If not properly prepared, they may still spoil in the freezer. While choosing mushrooms, check they are free from spots, white and tight caps. Don't forget to remove the base of the stem before chopping. To prevent mushrooms from darkening, take 1 pint of water, add in 1 teaspoon of lemon juice and then soak for 5 minutes. For blanching these veggies, we have two options, either steam for 5 minutes or boil for 2 minutes. This is an important step to maintaining freshness. Now take a pot or pressure cooker. For steaming, you will need a steamer basket of some kind to keep the vegetables elevated over an inch or two of boiling water. Once you place it, add all the veggies except for mushrooms as they need 2 minutes of steaming time. I prefer steaming because boiling vegetables results in losing more flavor. On the other hand, steaming is gentle and helps in flavor retention for the veggies.
And if you prefer to boil them, you can use the same water in soups or curries as vegetable stock. I like to freeze the stock by pouring it into the ice cube trays. I store them in a Ziploc bag once they are frozen so that I can quickly add stock to any recipes.
Now cover the pot and steam for 5 minutes. Once this is done, repeat the process for mushrooms for 2 minutes. Now take some ice cold water and add ice cubes to it. Whether you decide to steam or boil the vegetables, move them immediately to this ice water bath. This puts an end to the cooking process right away and keeps the vegetables from becoming overcooked or soggy. Allow them to totally cool around 5 minutes. Once cooled, place them on a baking sheet. Do the same for steamed mushrooms also and put it in the freezer. Or you can also put it in an ice cube tray for convenient servings. Press well and this also goes into the freezer. When the produce is completely frozen, remove them in a container. Look at these cubes. These are so easy for portioning. This is how I do it, but you can do it your way. Now keep them in the freezer bags or airtight containers and keep them in the freezer. This produce is also ready, just break it into pieces and repeat the process. If you are using freezer bags, remove as much air as possible from the bags. Be sure to date the packages. You may store frozen veggies for up to 8 to 10 months if your freezer is set to below 0 degrees Fahrenheit.
Now that the vegetables are prepared, let's make our soup. For those looking for healthy yet satisfying soups, I highly recommend this recipe because this soup is a good way to make the most of the vegetables. Due to its high fiber and low fat content, this meal is perfect for Weight Watchers. It can also be served as an appetizer, a meal, or a snack because it is very filling. Whenever my husband and I have a runny nose, I personally make this soup, and trust me, he's a fan. And that's why I promise this recipe is going to be in your hit list.
So, in addition to the veggies, the ingredients for the soup are oil or butter, chopped garlic, chopped or grated ginger, chopped onion, rice flour, white pepper, pink salt, lemon juice. Now to start with, take 1 tablespoon of oil or butter or any oil, add half teaspoon finely chopped garlic, 3/4 teaspoon finely chopped or grated ginger.
The soup gets a hint of warmth and spice with just a bit of ginger, garlic and white pepper.
Then add 1/4 cup chopped onions, saute until translucent. Now add 2 cups of finely chopped frozen or fresh vegetables. Saute well for 3 to 4 minutes. Then add 3 cups of water. If you have homemade vegetable stock, you can add it at this point instead of water. Now cover, boil and cook for 5 minutes till the veggies turn slightly soft. Till these veggies cook, make a rice flour slurry. Because cornstarch is pure starch, it has twice the thickening power of flour. So you would have to use twice as much flour to achieve the same thickening as cornstarch. There isn't much of a taste difference.
You might wonder why flour is used to thicken this soup. The reason is cornstarch, which is frequently used in soups, is considered as a refined carb because it has undergone extensive processing and the nutrients it has lost. According to studies, consuming such foods frequently which are high in refined carbs can be bad for your heart health.
Add the slurry to boiling soup when the vegetables are still crisp but cooked. Mix very well. You can adjust the soup's consistency however you like. Simmer for 5 minutes. Now add salt and pepper including lemon juice after the soup begins to thicken.
In order to prevent the taste and flavors of mixed vegetables from being overpowered, I have kept the seasonings to minimum. So there are no strong flavored spiced elements in this soup.
Let's serve the hot veg clear soup. You can serve this soup with sesame noodles, breadsticks, soup sticks, croutons or veg toast. Serve it in your parties or even for a weeknight dinner, making your meals wholesome, light and fresh.
Wow, this is so warming. You need to try this recipe. Let me know how your soup turns out to be. Any recommendations, suggestions and feedbacks are always welcome. I'll see you next. Till then, eat clean.